Welcome to another episode of Two Ales and Hockey Tales with Wally. And today I am so excited to have on a 32-year-old from Las Vegas, Nevada, USA. His hockey journey has taken him to Canada, the USA, France, Norway, Denmark, and Wales. Another Cowichan Valley capital and a staple of the Michigan Tech Huskies. With the Aalborg Pirates, had most apples by a D-man in the Danish league. And with the Cardiff Devils, was a two-time playoff and one league championship. And rumor has it, he is now the new Reg Dunlop with the Greenville Swamp Rabbits, or Andrew Lord for that matter. Welcome to the shed, Bryce Reddick.
Great to be here. Nice intro, Wally. Love it.
Thanks. So I guess I get into how we know each other, and I guess this is your second appointment in the shed.
Yeah, had to cancel the first one.
I heard Andrew was working you too hard. Is that still a thing?
Yeah, I mean it's busy. It's different being on the other side of the game for sure, but it's a lot of fun.
But you're doing both, right?
I'm doing both, so it is long days, long hard days, but hopefully it pays off in the end.
So you have to do all the stuff players have to do and all the coaching stuff after?
I obviously do all the stuff the players do, but then I'm still learning a lot of stuff from him, so he doesn't throw a ton at me. So it's a good little mix, and it keeps me busy, which is nice.
Okay, so then how does that work? Do you get to put yourself on the PK and PP, or how's it going to go?
Oh, we'll see. We'll see. It's been 3 days, so we'll see. Maybe I'll try and finagle my way in there somehow.
Well, congratulations on the new gig. That's really exciting, man. I don't know you, but you must be doing something right to be getting an assistant coaching job at this stage.
I'm excited. That's what I've wanted to do for a while. I mean, it's hockey. That's literally all I know. I played for him. Obviously, this is the 3 years in Cardiff last year, and then this year, so it's 5 years. And then actually, when I was in Cardiff, after my first year, I helped him in the summers do the recruiting. So we kind of built that little
relationship. So were you with them in the summer? Were you there in Cardiff with them?
No. I went home and we just did everything over the computer. So it was.
So why did he ask you to help him? Like, you're just a young punk on the team. What's that about?
I know. I don't know. Maybe he saw this guy's got an eye for the game. Maybe.
I got an eye for the game too, Lordo.
Not as good as these two.
I was always his reference guy. He would always ask me about players for a good 4 years after the game. Now the texts have really dried up. I don't think I know enough people anymore. I had to start a podcast. Maybe now we'll reach out someday, but the guys I'm having on aren't really, I guess, usually getting into the coast, right? They're all done with that.
Definitely not. I'm the second oldest guy on our team right now at 32. So it's kind of interesting or odd being one of the oldest guy almost.
Isn't Haddadi the oldest?
No, I don't know what's going on with him. He's not here yet. So we'll have to wait and see if he's actually ends up coming or what. I don't know.
Oh dear, he's the captain too, eh?
He's the captain. He's the captain of the ship here.
Jeepers creepers, and he's not there?
Not yet, no.
Hopefully. Love the drama. Jeez.
No, yeah. So we'll see. But I mean, college, I went in as a true freshman, so I was always their youngest there, middle of the pack, and then pro. Then in Cardiff, I was like young on the younger end too, and then here we are, right into the old guy.
And like, yeah, it's congratulations on getting the gig. That's it's obviously Lordo sees something in you, and he saw it right away. So whatever that is, I'm sure I'm going to try and figure it out the next hour and a half or so.
Well, let's see. Try and pull it out of me.
Okay, so how I usually talk about is how we know each other first, and I guess yeah, you stood me up last week. It hurt a little bit, but I'm okay. I'm a big boy. I'll get over it. I only booked like 4 pods in between. Just to let you know, I can move on.
Yeah, you do.
But you were really tight with Mosey, and he was the one that dropped it that you were going to be the coach in Greenville on his latest episode, eh? But you and him were good buddies in Cardiff, right?
Oh, me and him are super close. He's I would say he's one of my best friends in life.
Actually, Duggan, right?
Him, yeah. Actually, Sam is probably my best friend. Just like straight, like in life. We lived together for the 2 years we were in
Sorry, Mosey,
Cardiff.
you're second place, buddy.
Yeah, Mosey, he got moved to second place, but me and Mosey, we knew each other from Chicago. I used to live there in the summer, so him and I used to skate together, and he was actually the one who convinced me to go to Cardiff. So I
Okay.
was talking to a few teams in the UK, and then Cardiff came up, and he's like, "You got to go there." And I was like, "But isn't it like a fighting league? Like I'm not really into that." He's like, "No, no, it's super good hockey." So I went, and I was really like obviously surprised. It was super good. Just had that weird reputation of being like the tough league.
And I was back when I first went over to Europe, but like they really did clean up their act, and
Oh
it
yeah,
is a really good league now. And that all changed. Like even right when I was getting to that league is when the change was really happening. There was still some heavyweights, but like
yeah.
it's not like I had to fight anybody, you know.
No, yeah, and that's no. I mean, I didn't either. Obviously, I'm 5'9", so it wasn't expected
I
of
didn't have to. I wanted to.
me.
I got in one fight.
I think my first year in Cardiff, I might have had the most fights,
Really?
and here I am talking about not wanting to fight. I think I had
How many fights is that?
5 or 6, maybe.
Did you win them?
No,
I didn't win any fights when I
I
fought.
didn't win any fights either. There's no one our size. There's no one our size.
I don't know if I've really seen you play.
No, because when you came and watched, I was healthy scratched.
Jeez.
And then I
That's
saw you in the
isn't that horse manure, Lordo?
yeah, seriously. So then I saw you in the stands with your shirt off, and I was like, "Who the heck is this guy?" Because I didn't see you go in the dressing room
Oh,
before the
you didn't
game.
see the show before?
I didn't get to see that. I heard about it, but didn't get to see it. So then I saw this crazy man in the stands with 88 and the goat on him, and I was like, "Who is this?" Introduce me to this guy.
Yeah, yeah. I
But no,
guess that's when we would have met, eh?
yeah, that was super. I mean, good for you. That was super cool. Brought the
Well, I
memories
was just
off the
feeling
club.
it, you know. It was good to feel like Wally again. It had been a long time. And
Uh-huh.
then, they did a lot for me to bring me over and like give me a nice vacation and to come back and kind of remember who I was. It's actually the reason this podcast exists. It's the reason I even thought of any of this or being part of the game still was, I guess, it all started that night, I guess.
I mean, that's awesome. They brought you over and you put on a show.
Well, you got to do your part.
Exactly. So you repaid them in
Yeah.
full.
Yeah. Todd was always good at not really giving me a job description once I wasn't a hockey player. And it was just kind of go do your thing, man. And they trusted me to help the team. And I think I'm still helping them a little bit here.
Yeah, you are. And you
Now there's
definitely.
Twix hitting the ice in Cardiff. Did you hear about that?
I did. I listened to that episode, and that's wild.
Oh, man. It
That's
is
wild.
wild.
And Mosey does have a big mouth. That guy likes to talk a lot.
Well, he did. He dropped it. He let everybody know you had signed in Greenville, right? That
Well,
wasn't on Elite Prospects yet.
no, it wasn't. And I think it went on there after he said it. He might have been the one who posted it.
Good for him. You got to that's what this is all about. Get this, air this stuff out. I'm
That's
sick of all these coaches having all these secrets.
I love that guy. He's awesome. But he does
Uh,
talk a lot.
okay. So yeah, Wally Knight's another way. That's how we met. That's how I know you. And that's actually like that's I guess how I do this, right? Is I kind of met a lot of you that night. Didn't really get to know any of you, but like
Mhm.
we now at least know of each
Exactly.
other. So now I can reach out and you don't think I'm just some weird, well, I guess you do think I'm weird, but
No, no, you're a beauty.
yeah, sure. That's what you thought when I had my top off of the crowd painted. But yeah. So is Lordo still up to his old tricks? How's that guy doing? I know he won't come on, so I haven't even bothered to reach out.
No, I mean, it's different. He's got the younger guys here. So it's more of, I don't want to, he's more of like
A father figure
exactly. Like he doesn't have the older guys who are older than him that he's
like
trying to
me.
coach. Yeah, exactly. So he's got the guy I'm sitting next to in the dressing room is born in 2000. So crazy.
Really?
It's insane. And it's so we have a couple of those guys, and then everyone else is like 95, 96. So he
What?
just
What? That's how old? 20.
that'd be
Oh,
25 and 95. That's like
that's your honey hole. That's your average age of the coast right now.
I would say 20 between 25 and 23. The game it's just so young everywhere. Besides Europe, I guess.
Yeah, yeah, no, yeah. Even the NHL is, man. There ain't many jobs for the old folk anymore.
No, there's not. That's why you got to get the player coach job.
Yeah, that's right. That's how you get to keep playing.
Exactly.
That was one of my questions was how was it going back to the coast when you had then like usually when you leave the coast to go to Europe, it's kind of like, okay, I went there, done it, got the t-shirt. Now you're
Yeah.
back.
So the original plan was my ex-wife at the time, we had bought a house in Atlanta. We lived there for 3 years, and they obviously have the ECHL team there. And our house was like 10 minutes from there. So that was the original plan. And then COVID happened, obviously. So Atlanta pulled out. And then Greenville to Atlanta is like an hour and a half. So Lordo was like, hey, like, come on. And I was like, all right, this is perfect. So that's how I
Okay.
ended up here. So it probably would have just been like slowly riding out, but then now here we are.
So you're an hour and a half from your house in Atlanta.
Old house.
Old house. Now you
Old
live
house.
in Greenville.
Now I'm here in Greenville. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
And,
So, and you're a swamp rabbit.
I'm a swamp rabbit.
A lot of
Yes, I am.
swamps around there then, or what?
No, it's like some old trail, I guess, that we're named after.
So there's no rabbits and
No, it's called the
swamps.
swamp. It's called the Swamp Rabbit Trail. I really don't know the background other than that, but there's not
Well,
much.
I always wondered about that team name. Thought
No,
maybe there were rabbits and swamps.
there's definitely rabbits. The swamps, I don't know.
Fair enough, but pretty nice town then.
Super nice. It's a small town with a big city feel. So it's super nice. Lots of nice little restaurants, cool downtown area. It feels big, but it's really not. So it's nice.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I saw Joey Haddad's Instagram post. It looked really nice there. You guys did all right last year too, right? Conference finals or something?
Yeah, game 5, I believe. Or yeah, because it was best of 5, so we lost game 5. But yeah, we did really well. Really
Uh,
well.
okay, here's one of my questions. Since you're going to be one of the coaches and you'll probably maybe if you're into the roster moves here, over under, how many players do you think will be on your roster this season in the East Coast?
Oh, I'm gonna say I would say over 35.
Yeah, no, I mean, I just want everybody that comes into Greenville to feel like they're part of a team because when I look up these East Coast rosters, there's like 8 goalies. There's usually 45 to 55 players go through there a season. So I just hope your guys feel like they're part of a team and have fun, right?
Yeah, no, I mean, he's good at that though. All those teams in Cardiff were so close. So last year we were close too. I mean, the rosters were bigger last year because of COVID, so we had a bigger team, I think. Maybe we had over 35 guys last year with injuries, COVID. This year will be more normal though with call-ups and stuff. So, I mean, you kind of got to bring guys that can't play empty-handed, and we're so close to like being on the East Coast. There's so many more American League teams here, so I think it makes it easier for them to call up guys in this area rather than the teams out west.
Well, it's
So
definitely be a nice place to play. And if you get called up, like South Carolina's pretty nice, huh?
double whammy.
So yeah, Lordo, no excuses, no reasons not to be good then, eh?
Nope, no
And
excuses.
what NHL team are you with?
Florida Panthers,
And then the AHL is what team?
Charlotte. So it's an hour and a half from here.
Oh, okay, so those boys will be going up and down from there.
Exactly. Exactly. Quick car ride.
Yeah,
No
you guys
long
will be sending those
distance.
boys packing, eh?
Yeah.
At least it's only an hour and a half. So then when you guys tell the kid he's going down to the coast for 2 weeks, so he only packs a few things, at least now if he has to go back to get the rest of his shit because he realizes his ass is in the coast, it's not so far, right?
Exactly. Yeah. Yeah. Oh,
Oh gosh, yeah. So I guess at your age and being one of the coaches, it's gonna be hard to give yourself a ton of ice time when you're supposed to be letting the kids play, huh?
exactly. That's what they say, right? Let the kids play. But we actually have an actual assistant coach, so it's not. So it's not. So I'm kind of like behind the scenes, doing all the stuff behind the scenes. I'm not running video or anything like that.
Yeah. So when you're at the rink, you're mainly a player. I got you.
Yeah, I mean, I'm in the office, and then when the guys show up, I try to get out and just like be around, like I'm one of the guys.
Well, it gets your foot in the door. That's really cool.
Yeah. Oh yeah,
Um,
for sure.
okay. That the other devil that went there last year. Jardine had a really good year. Is he there?
Nope, he went to the Austrian league in Slovakia, Bratislava.
Oh, okay. Well, good
Yeah,
for him. It looked like he had a good year there, eh?
yeah, he had a really good year. He played really well, really well. He's a good
Okay.
player, great guy. He'd be another good guy to get on here. He's a funny guy.
Yeah, we can keep this thing rolling. There ain't no stopping this thing. My
No,
wife last night, with me now being a head coach of a minor hockey team, and we got a few other things going on. And she's like, now that life's so busy with hockey and everything, maybe you should like take a break from the pod. And this was right after I told her we were doing this tonight, and I was like, yeah, I think I can still fit it in. I think I can handle it, honey. Don't worry about it. So then
so you
I
almost
ended up
canceled on me.
I ended up booking another one tomorrow and Monday. So
Nice. I
so
saw.
sorry, honey. I didn't mean to. I threw too many hooks in the water again.
Yeah, look at you, good fisherman. Who you got on tomorrow, Monty?
Yeah. Is that
That was,
your agent?
he was for 3 years, I think.
Oh dear, did you gas him? And he's coming on tomorrow?
Get him. We can get him on here. Have a three-way on here. No, I like him. He's a nice guy.
Okay, you just
He
had to
always,
move
he,
on,
always,
eh?
he always found me jobs, so I got nothing bad to say about him.
Good, good. That's nice to hear because yeah, no, I've had an agent try and sue me.
Oh,
Um, like and yeah, there. He's one guy I haven't really heard anything bad about. So that's, I thought it'd be good for him to come on and
yeah,
we
no,
can hear about that stuff. Okay, another question about
hit me
before we
with it.
move on from Lordo.
Hit me.
You got anybody using gag balls for workouts?
Is it the ball with the four strings?
Yeah.
No, not here. I
Oh,
do remember that from when my first year in Cardiff when he was still playing.
yeah. Okay, so he would have been doing it.
Yeah. Oh yeah, he did it. I remember seeing him strapped up to that thing.
He made me and Tyson Marsh do it one summer, us old boys, and he was raving about it. And then both of us got injured for the season. I don't think he's pulled that out of his bag of tricks again. But it was the best I've ever felt. I felt so fast, Lordo. Yeah, I thought the gag ball was a great workout.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's got all sorts of tricks in his bag.
Yeah. Well, he's always on the cutting edge. I'm still doing stuff, and even on my minor hockey practices, I still do a bunch of stuff Lordo showed me.
You know what? He does have good stuff. He's a huge hockey nerd, but he's got his stuff. I mean,
Huge hockey nerd.
he's dialed in, that's for sure. It's impressive. Like I said, being on the other side now, seeing everything, I'm I'm very impressed with him and the assistant coach, everything they take on. It's pretty crazy at this level. It's crazy. Apartments, travel, food, everything. It's wild.
The coaches have to do all that. There's no team like manager, or I guess there's no.
Well, just from what I've seen, that's what they're taking care of, and it's very impressive.
Wow, yeah, that's a lot on in your job description.
No kidding. They're Swiss Army knives, those two.
Oh, and then yeah, you got all the transactions, guys going up and down, and crushing people's dreams, making people's dreams. Gosh darn it.
Yeah, no, it's impressive. That's for sure.
Okay. What else do I got? So what's an ECHL training camp like? You're in the midst of one, aren't you?
Yeah, we're right in the middle. So yesterday we had what's today? Tuesday?
I don't know, Wednesday, I think.
Wednesday, yeah. See, I'm all over the place. Monday was the first day. We had an on ice session for an hour, flood, another on ice session. That's what we've been doing for the last 3 days. So, I mean, nothing too crazy, just getting back into it. We don't have a ton of bodies right now. Just so it's nothing crazy. It is different than Cardiff. I remember in Cardiff training camp, he'd tell us, you guys don't need to go too hard. I watched you all summer. We don't want anyone hurt. We don't want anyone going into the season. And here with these young guys, it's like right from the get-go, just blazing.
Giving her.
And I'm just like, whoa, let's slow down here.
Oh man. Yeah, I couldn't even imagine going through a training camp again ever.
Especially when you got 12 or people 12 years younger than you too.
Oh, yeah. Crazy. No, the only training camp I might put myself through someday is like a podcast training camp where I do 2-3 a days because this is so fun.
You don't need to. You're a veteran. You can take a couple days. You can take one of the sessions off.
Oh no, I don't. That's what I was wondering when my wife said like take a break, and I was like, I wouldn't want to take a break. Like I like doing this. Like that. I don't know. Like I don't want to take a break.
You love it. It's your hobby.
Yeah. Hopefully someday someone will give me money to do it. Exactly. Maybe. Anyways, Next question. Your old man won the Stanley Cup with the Edmonton Oilers.
Yes, he did.
Wow.
I don't remember it, but I
No, you
see
wouldn't.
he's got the ring. He's got like they give him like a little Stanley Cup. He's got all that stuff, the jersey. He's got it all. It's pretty cool. I mean, getting older, you realize like, holy crap! Like growing up, it's like it's your dad, so it's like whatever. It's my dad. But like as you get older and you start playing and you realize how hard it is to get to that level, and then he was at like the pinnacle. It's like, geez, it's crazy.
Yeah, I saw he played in the playoffs, and that was with the team a year after Gretzky left with Messier, Curry, and the goalies were Grant Fuhr and Bill Radford. And your old man was like, I guess the goalie after them, but like one of them, whatever happened, he played in the playoffs, and those were the two goalies on the Oilers, right?
Yeah, so he got traded there because Grant Fuhr had got suspended for I think it was drugs at that time.
Right.
He's got that documentary on Amazon Prime or Hulu. So the reason why my dad got traded there was because when he got in trouble for that, Winnipeg traded my dad over to Edmonton, and lucky him, he's got a Stanley Cup ring now.
Yeah, I was as soon as I saw the picture you sent for the poster, I was like, geez, like he played with Gretzky? Like, what's this happening? Yeah.
Yeah,
Oh, that's really cool.
uh-huh. No,
Uh,
I got a bunch of cool pictures. I mean, I don't have them, my parents have them, but it's like me in the Stanley Cup with Grant Fuhr, like all these big timers. It's super cool. I don't know where they are though.
yeah, like for me, when I won a championship in Denmark and I got all the pictures with Colby on the ice, it's I don't know, it's a great memory to have, and I'm sure your old man cherishes it.
Yeah, for sure. I mean, I don't have kids of my own. I mean, I won a championship in Cardiff, and I'm sure it would be awesome to have your family out there and your kids and everything. So
It's a whole different experience. Hazy Sunset, Bayfield Brewing Company. Okay, moving on. So did you, because your old man was playing hockey, did you actually grow up in Las Vegas or were you just born there?
I wasn't even born there.
Oh
I don't know
dear.
how
What
that.
a least prospect saying you're born in Las
I
Vegas. I was
know.
wondering about that.
I don't know where that came from, to be honest. Like it's been there forever. But I was born in Winnipeg when my dad was playing for the Jets.
Just to touch off.
So not even close. I'm not even American either, and I have the American flag.
Shut up.
No, I have a green card. That's it.
Oh boy, my research team can't control this, folks.
No, so both of my parents are Canadian. Mom's from Winnipeg, dad's from Halifax. So they just got me as a dual citizen from Las Vegas, which is not right at all.
Well, the research team thought you were from there, and I guess
I
you're
don't blame
not.
them. I don't know. I mean, no, I don't know where Elite Prospects got that information from.
Um,
Gonna have to
okay.
send in change it.
I didn't know. I was wondering how I wrote down how do we get from Las Vegas to the Cowichan Valley Capitals, but
I did play my minor hockey in Vegas. So
okay,
what
now you're
happened?
confused. Oh, because he played for the Las Vegas Wranglers. Because so my
Thunder.
research team was
Thunder.
trying hard. My research tried so hard that they put it down that I was like, okay, he was born in Las Vegas. Then I was like, okay, his old man played for the Las Vegas Wranglers in 94, 95. And I'm like, oh, is that how young he is? And then I'm like, no, he's too old.
Nope. So they were actually called the Thunder, not the Wranglers.
That's what I meant. Gosh.
So what happened? He was born in Winnipeg, bounced around wherever. Then he played in Vegas, loved it, like everyone does. There's so many ex-hockey players there, and then we just moved there full time when he retired. So I played my minor hockey in Michigan and Vegas, and then he had a friend in Cowichan, Doug Bodger.
Oh, I know that name. Probably have his hockey cards around here still.
He played about 1,000 NHL games, maybe. So
Number 8 for the Buffalo Sabres at one point.
yeah, he was a Buffalo Sabre. So
Probably
he
NHL 94, maybe.
maybe I don't know. I didn't
Just
have
guessing.
I didn't have that old of a console to have that game.
Maybe like
but
56 overall average, give or take.
I don't know. I think he's better than that. No.
Oh, they used to rank guys way tougher than they do nowadays. In
No,
94,
no,
there
no.
was no prisoners, man. There were guys in the 30s.
Listen to this. So we were playing. I was 17, 18 at the time. He was our assistant coach. Someone chirped a kid from another team chirped him, and his chirp back to the kid was, "I was running the power play at 18. I was running the power play at 18 for Mario Lemieux, and you're out here." That's what he told the poor kid.
That's ruthless.
That is ruthless.
Jeepers.
So anyway, my dad and him were friends, and I went to like just a spring camp like they do in junior A and did well, and then they brought me to main camp and made the team from there.
Okay, so you did do some moving around as a kid, but then your home base became Las Vegas when they played there and liked it.
Exactly.
Gotcha. Okay, so I guess they're not even that wrong. You're kind of from there.
Yeah, I guess you could say that. I mean, I don't
Dual citizenship though, that would have been nice too, eh?
That would have been nice. Just a green card for me.
Okay, yeah, no, my kids got it. Yeah, they got both.
Nice.
Okay. Uncle played pro too, so you just got hockey genes in you.
Exactly. Yeah, he was a goalie also.
Oh dear, both of them goalies.
Yeah,
Are they weird?
I don't know.
Goalies usually are.
They are. I mean, I don't know. My dad's pretty quiet, keeps to himself.
Mac Carruth seemed pretty normal. He just came on. For a goalie, he seemed pretty normal.
I don't know. I know of him just from being in Chicago, and I think he was drafted by the Blackhawks or something, or played for Rockford. So I know of him, but never met him. I think Mosey's close with him too, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, so I know the name for sure, but no, maybe they're weird. I don't know. I just see him as my dad and uncle, so maybe I just.
Yeah, yeah. No, I understand that, but everybody's weird. It's not just goalies, folks. We're all weird. I wake up at 5:30 in the morning sometimes to podcast. We're all weird.
Yeah.
Okay. In Cowichan, when you got there, or did you play like AAA in Michigan and all that crap? So your parents had to pay a ton of money?
Nope. I played strictly AA, never touched AAA.
Oh, okay.
AA in Las Vegas, where we didn't even have barely enough guys to have a team.
Did you ever get into roller when you're in Vegas?
I didn't.
There was a bit of a roller scene there.
There was.
I went there for a tournament. Yeah.
Is that where you or the Pearsons? Is that how you know them, right?
If I was from roller hockey, yeah, that's how I know the old man. He was my coach.
Yes, I listened to that one because I know them too from Atlanta. So I skated with Chase in the summers when I was living there.
It's a small hockey world, man.
Crazy.
And then, so do you probably know Nesbitt too?
Really well.
Jeez.
You know, obviously you know him. How?
Well, from starting a podcast.
Okay.
But it was from playing against him. But
okay. Yeah, no, I know Nezzy really well too.
Yeah, no, the hockey world's really coming together in my shed. People just don't realize how much it.
You need to get a bigger shed so you can have everyone over.
I got a lot of ideas, a lot of ideas, folks. I turned 40 in 2 years. There's a lot of ideas what we could do. Oh. You know, Lonnie Kai's got a lot of free advertising on here. Just saying.
Lonnie Kai in Estero, Fort Myers.
Oh, you been there?
I've heard of it.
Ask everybody if they've been there. So you haven't been there.
I've heard of it.
Oh yeah, you have. Everybody has. Okay. Anyways, Cowichan Valley Capitals. We've had a lot of them on here. They must be a program out there, but I think I got Finnerty and Chris Frank played there too.
Okay, yeah. Frank was before me. I think we might have the same billets, to be honest.
Really?
I think I could be
That wrong. Is how weird the hockey world is, though.
It is
the same people that'll be doing it.
Yeah, it's insane. I mean, Finnerty, I just know obviously from being in the league. He's obviously older than me, so that would have been way before. But proud to be the third Capital on the show.
It's at least that. But I saw while you were there, you went from 19 points to 55 points, and that's a big jump. And then how do you get recruited to Michigan Tech?
So 17, just young. And then 18, we had a young team, and I was lucky to get a good opportunity, and I think I just ran with it. Had a couple NHL teams talk to me, but then just nothing happened.
How big are you?
5'9".
That's it?
Yeah. And that was like the time when the D were still pretty big, so it was whatever, water under the bridge. But then I had lots of offers from schools, and Michigan Tech was the only one who wanted me to come in right away. And the thing that sold me was names on your stick. And I was like, sign me up.
God, yeah, that would get you going at that age.
Oh, I was so fired.
Did you go for a recruiting trip and they showed you like names on sticks and you were just,
I couldn't even go on my recruiting trip until after I had visited because something was up with my passport and I couldn't leave Canada to go in the States.
I thought you were dual citizen.
Yeah, exactly. They're like, wait, we can't take this guy. What is he?
Yeah.
So then
Where was he born?
yeah, wait, is this guy American or Canadian? We don't know.
Yeah.
So then I went on my visit when I went back home, got back into the States, went on my visit and got there. And I was just like, what did I get myself into? Because it's such a small city, so much snow. And I was just it was such a culture shock. I was just like, oh my God.
So
So
I just had the assistant coach on from there last week, Chris Brooks.
I saw that. He would have been after me.
He's there right now.
Is he? Okay. Well, yeah. So he would have been after me then. But
Yeah.
yeah, I mean,
No, he was on like a road trip with them. He was in the hotel. They just got back from their meal.
okay.
The Michigan Tech Huskies. I'm
Yeah.
still in the game, man. I'm all over the place.
Yeah, you are. That's good. Good. Great
So
memory.
he said it's way up north, like way up north
Oh yeah,
Michigan.
it's so like the closest city to us was Marquette, and it was 2 hours away. And they have Northern Michigan University. Which
That's
also,
we played against them in the CCHA.
exactly, yeah. So they're a good hockey program too. But other than that, nothing's close. I think Duluth was like 4.5, 5 hours.
Do you bussing everywhere?
We bused to Duluth. We bused to go play the Gophers in Minneapolis. And then other than that, we flew. Obviously, we bused to Marquette when we played them, but we would go. When I was there, it was the old WCHA, the good one. Denver, North Dakota, Colorado College, Wisconsin. We bused to Wisconsin. Who else was in that conference? Alaska, one of the Alaska schools was there. We obviously flew there.
Did I see? Well, I guess my research team doesn't even know where you were born, but it said when you were in college, you switched from offense to defense. Does that mean you switched from forward to defense?
I was all over the place. I still am. I
Are you
played
like
both.
Mosey? That's why you guys get along so well.
I call myself a cheap Evan Mosey.
Jeez, eh?
I think he's better. He's got the forward position on lock. Just he's so fast. I think he's a good forward. I think he's a better forward than D, and I think I'm a better defenseman than forward. But I can do both.
Okay,
I don't
fair
know
enough.
how well I am at forward, but I mean I can do it.
Right. Yeah, you can go up and down the wing, chip it in, chip it out, eh?
Exactly. Oh no, middle.
Oh, you're playing center.
Yeah, when I
Good
play
D
forward,
zone.
exactly. When I
Oh,
play forward, I want to be a center.
yeah. No, I know. Yeah, centers get paid more too. I couldn't do it. D zone was too poor. Okay. So you're in Michigan Tech. You do all right at school, eh? Is your team any good? I always thought Michigan Tech is one of the smaller schools, especially for that league when those teams you just mentioned.
Oh yeah, we were terrible. My first 3 years, we were terrible,
Yeah.
awful. And then my senior year, we had Mel Pearson come in, the guy who was at Michigan forever, and now he's back there. And it's crazy because he didn't bring in any of his own guys. It was just the recruiting class they had already recruited. He maybe added one or two guys, and then other than that, it was the same sophomore, junior, or senior class. And we finished, I think, in sixth place and swept Colorado College to go to what they had was the Final Five then. And then we lost to Denver in the first round. But I mean, I think that just shows coaching.
Um, I I'm yeah. I went at Western Michigan. Um, a lot of my class, we loved Kalamazoo. We had a great time in our lives, and there was some hard feelings when we left, and we lost a lot. And the class hasn't been back yet, but I think we're ready. But when they switched coaches there, they went from like last place to winning it, and now the coaches the Red Wings. So but then he was there for a year, same recruits, 3 years of the recruits, and it changed from that to that. And
It's
you're right.
crazy.
It's and like I think everybody was doing their best. I think everybody was trying to win their best, but some people's messages work better than others.
Exactly. It's all about how you treat people.
Yep. Okay, moving on. So the last year you had a great year. So You play forward or D your senior year?
I played forward my last year.
Okay. Right wing?
Yep.
Or
Left
oh,
wing.
really?
Left wing.
Do you shoot right?
Yep. I'm telling you, I play every position.
Little right shot D that can play up or down the lineup at forward. Geez, you would like now that I'm into coaching, you'd almost give me a headache because like it's way easier. And I'm like, that guy can only play right wing. I'll put him there. It is. It's way easier.
It's too many options. It's like when you go to a restaurant and the menu's huge. You don't know what to get.
You're right. You're right. And if the menu's too big, that means they're really not that good at cooking anything, right?
Exactly.
But I'm not saying that about you. I can only play right wing.
Hey, who knows?
I wanted to do more.
Who knows, man? Who knows?
I wanted to do more.
Yeah, I'm just easy going. I'm open to whatever. I'll try it. Sometimes I'm good at it. Sometimes I'm not.
Yeah, no, I agree. You just do the best to help the team, right? Wherever they ask you to do it. I like the attitude. Okay. I don't know where we're at. So then after school, your team does better your senior year. So then teams might be looking at that, but you're still pretty little. So what are your pro options?
Vegas. So the coach Mel was trying to bring me back for my 6th year or my 5th year, red shirt, because I missed my sophomore year. I got E. coli, and I missed half the year, and I played one game.
E. coli?
Yeah. So I was in the hospital.
What happens if you get E. coli?
So I was in the hospital for about a week, and they couldn't figure out what it was at first because all of my intestines were swollen. And what happened at first was I went into school, like we played in Wisconsin that weekend. We went to a restaurant where you can cook your own steak. I got sick.
I've been to that restaurant with Western Michigan.
Yeah, so got sick, like was in study hall. Luckily in study hall Monday morning.
Did you undercook your steak or you got E. coli? I guess that has nothing to do with how you cook it.
No, it would be in the inside, right? Bacteria or the outside? I don't know.
Sorry.
Anyways, at study hall, and all of a sudden I just feel everything seize up and I couldn't breathe. So luckily the trainer's in his office. One of the guys runs to get the trainer. They take me up to the hospital, put me on like a bunch of like pain meds or whatever it was, and did a bunch of x-rays at our hospital. And it was a smaller hospital, and what they saw with the x-rays is that my heart was enlarged. So then they rushed me to a bigger hospital in Marquette. Spent about 5 to 6 days there. Did a bunch of tests and found out it was E. coli.
So are we for sure tracing this back to the cook your own steak place?
1,000%.
Is that right? Because the experience I had at that place was totally different.
I had a terrible experience. Put me right in the hospital. Made me miss half a year of hockey.
Geez, I think there's a lot of Broncos were on that team that would still remember that meal like I do because it was such a fantastic steak and you're getting rushed to the hospital and like almost dying.
Yeah. So yeah, I missed half the year there and played one game after Christmas, I think. And that's what like disqualified me for getting another year.
Jeez.
So luckily I knew the coach in Vegas in the ECHL. So he brought me in on a tryout, made the team, was there for like a month and a half and only played one game.
And did you know him from living in Vegas?
Yeah, like he used to skate a group of us. And that was actually the year of the lockout too. So there was guys everywhere. So we had a bigger team, like older team with lots of guys and affiliate players. Was there for a month and a half, played one game. Then one of my friends from college was in Idaho. They were playing in Vegas, needed a player, and the coach was like, so he called me and went and played there, played well, and then they took me home with him. And then that was that.
They needed a player, so you switched teams?
So I was at home for like 3 weeks, just staying at my parents' house trying to find a spot. Couldn't find anything, and they came into town and were short. Played the game. So it was like a Sunday game. I was getting ready to go golfing with one of my buddies. One of my goalie friend called and was like, hey, we need a player. Like, do you want to come play? I was like, yeah, I'll come play. Played well, and then
and so this is after the Las Vegas thing. Like you're let go at that point. You're not with them.
Yeah, they let me go at that point. Yeah.
And okay, so then you go back to Idaho, and Idaho's a cool town, eh?
I loved it. It was awesome. I had so much
Gosh darn it,
fun.
we played them in the finals, and what a town! I didn't know anything about it.
No, I didn't either. I mean, it's Boise. It's awesome. So the rink's right downtown, like right next to all those bars. Super cool. College town.
Yeah, the only thing I remember from being a kid was when their football team was on TV that the field's colored
Yeah,
different, right?
the blue football field. Have you
Yeah,
been
I
by the
didn't
rink?
know it was such a great town.
No, no, I don't think many people do.
No, so you were there the rest of that year, and then you went back there the next year. This is after the lockout, then year two.
Year two, I started out in the old CHL.
Oh dear, you don't start. Oh, sorry, that's the Las Vegas Wranglers. Okay, I got my research teams all over the place here.
Yeah,
So you're starting with the Arizona Sun Dogs.
yeah. Was there for a weekend. Hated it. That was an old league then, old and tough. And I was there, and I did not enjoy
That sounds
myself.
like my type of league.
Yeah, wasn't mine. So I went there, went back to Vegas, and then ended up getting a really bad concussion, and then was done for the year.
Those are your first 2 years of pro?
Yeah, and then after that, I was like, I am done with this. I'm going to Europe.
Yeah, you're right. After year two. So that's that, eh?
Mm.
2 years banging around in the coast and you're off. And so how do you get the deal in France?
Missed me your guest tomorrow.
See, and this is one thing. So like I'll say this to him tomorrow because this is all the information I have because I don't know him.
Uh
He
huh.
helped me and when I was trying after Denmark, I wasn't asked back as the pod knows. And I wasn't getting anything for a while. So then I start reaching out on my own and I hear getting to Asia is getting it there through him. And I reach out to him and he never asked me to, sign anything, do this, do that. He was just like, I'll try. He's like, I'll let them know about you. And he was just one of those guys. And then people that write to me, they say to me, like, he he helped my roommate that was a D3 hockey player get some job in France too, right? Like, and he's like, he's everywhere. He'll get
Uh-huh.
anybody a job if they want one, right? Like he's grinding.
Oh yeah, I think he definitely did grind then, and I think now he's a bigger agent now with that Optima whatever sports.
There's
But
a lot of guys that tell me he's their agent.
yeah, I mean, so yeah, he got me that job without basically without a resume. So, and the French league's not bad. And
It's not
then
bad. They can get players. And like,
yeah,
yeah, so I think he did a good job for you. So I don't know what happened there, but
no,
curious, but
he definitely did a good job. Got me that, and then got me the next one in Norway, and then the next one in Denmark in Aalborg.
okay, so you had to gas him to get to Cardiff. Okay,
Yeah.
research team's got that. Okay, so France, let's not jump past that. You're in Brest. What's that
Yeah.
town like?
Didn't you guys go? Were you on the team when they went there for an exhibition game or no?
Which team?
Cardiff. Maybe not. Cardiff went and played them like an exhibition game. I don't know when.
No, actually, that was the year I was hurt. I think that's the year I get hurt.
Okay. So it is a dump, to be completely honest. I got there and I was just like,
The French
holy.
team they played, I heard, was a dump, so that must have been the team.
I got there and I was just, the coach picked me up. No, coach English was so bad. When I get there, like we're driving through the city and I'm just like, wow, this looks pretty rough. He's like, yeah, World War II, it got destroyed. And I'm like, that was 80 years ago. Like, you've had more than enough time to build the place up. But I mean, I didn't really enjoy it at the time because it was such a life experience with no English. We had one other English speaking guy on the team, and everyone else was French or French Canadian. So it was me and another guy. Didn't have a
That
clue.
that's why I'm curious why Brest took you because they usually like French Canadians in that league. Like
Yeah,
they do. Like they like taking the French guys, and the French guys like going there because then they speak French and like it all. That's what that you know.
exactly. I mean, I don't know. You got to ask Monty. I mean, he got me that job. Whatever he did, it worked.
Yeah,
Yeah,
no,
because
and like gets you over there, right? It's all about getting your foot in the door, whether it's after hockey in the real world or in hockey. It's all about getting your foot in the door and getting people to know you, right?
exactly. So yeah, he got me that. I mean, looking back now, I'm glad I did it because it was a great experience. I'm like being in a country where you can't really function. because you can't read anything. Like no one wants to talk to you because they think you're American. It's crazy.
Well, even the research team thought you were American, so
But they want to talk. You want to talk to them. So it's
that's
okay.
true. No, France is a different country. I was in Paris, but so is that like a small town then?
Yeah, it's really small. It's actually I honestly think it's right under Cardiff. Like it's on the northwest coast.
Oh dear. Don't get my geography brain going now. I'm not prepared for that right now,
I
okay?
honestly think
Don't start that. Don't even.
I
Don't
think
even. I
it's
started
right
thinking of
under.
I started thinking of the maps and I was like, okay, doesn't matter. You're in what? Cardiff. Oh, no, it's over there. Okay. What's the food like there?
The food actually was unbelievable.
I doubt
After
it. I went to Paris and they gave me
no,
like this
after
raw steak that almost gave me E. coli.
yeah, the blue steak is what
It
they
was
call
it was so not good. And then they wanted me to put it on like a piece of bread or something. I'm like, this doesn't make any sense. And now you're telling me you get a coli at the place in Wisconsin. That's one of my favorite restaurants I've ever ate at. This all doesn't make sense. Now you like French
it.
food. Go ahead.
Oh, it was the food after games. It was awesome because we'd always go to a
Doubt it.
restaurant. Always go to a restaurant, spend like 2 hours there, no matter how far away we were. Get the appetizer, the meal, the dessert, maybe a coffee. It was unbelievable.
Okay, well, French food, the couple meals I had in Paris didn't really turn me on
No,
at all.
grapes.
Crepes are good.
I
Crepes
love,
are good.
I
Yeah.
love them. All kinds of sweet, savory.
Yeah, you can even have like a full meal in there, right? You can even make it like a Mexican crepe.
Yeah, like a little calzone.
You can do whatever you want in a crepe.
Exactly.
You're right. Sorry I talk so bad about French food. So is your team any good?
We finished, I think, 8th out of 10th, and then took the
That
first.
sounds awful.
So we took the first place team to 7 games. So
Oh, so then everybody's happy and you're like, oh, you guys tried hard, but you're still losers, but way to go. Yeah.
you didn't get relegated because they do relegation in that league.
Oh yeah. They
So
don't
they were
like
happy.
that.
We were just happy that we didn't finish in the bottom 2 spots.
Yeah. No, I went from winning the championship and beating Heim to being in relegation. So I know all about it.
Yeah.
Okay, so from there, you must have done pretty well and caught some eyes. So you get to Manglerud.
Manglerud.
Manglerud,
Yeah.
Norway.
That was another spot of Monty found.
Telling you, the guy knows people.
He does, and that league is really good. Norway, that's a really really good league.
I played against the Stavanger Oilers, and they were really good.
Yeah, that's where Marty was.
Yeah, the goat that I spray painted myself as. It's a small world when you get chatting. Yeah, but no, Stavanger when I played against them was in the Challenge Cup in Sunderjyski in Denmark, and they showed up with a team of guys that I was like, wow, yeah, like some of these imports are like they're high end here.
Uh-huh. No, they were really good. That was another team where I finished in 8th place, and we played the first place team in the playoffs.
Was Stavanger first place?
Yep. So we went there. They beat us in 4. Quick little sweep.
Mm-hmm.
But
so Manglerud, was that like one of the lower budget teams where that's where you're expected to finish?
Exactly.
So yeah, everything went exactly according to plan, like most seasons.
Exactly. I think that league did relegation too, and we weren't in it, so it was a success.
Yeah, and basically that's like the same in the second league in Germany when there was like going up and down. People got paid more and imports mattered more, but like then once they closed the leagues and you can go up or down, the wages went way down because then teams weren't so worried about going down because they could suck and it really wasn't that big of a deal.
Mm-hmm. It's ruining the game.
You got to pay the players, folks. You got to keep the leagues open up and down, right?
Exactly.
Okay, so Norwegian food. Sorry, I like food. Okay, I know I keep talking about it, but what's the Norwegian food like?
I don't remember. I think it wasn't good. It was like they love hot dogs. I'm pretty sure they love
Denmark loves hot dogs too.
Yeah, it's really weird. And then
Were they put it? Did they have weird buns for them, like different
Yeah,
buns than normal?
I can't remember. They had good like Middle Eastern food. I love the Middle Eastern food. They
Like you're talking kebabs, donairs,
no, not
like
I'm
not Turkish, or you going further?
further like Afghan.
Like what's that?
I don't know. It might have been just maybe it was kebab. I
What
don't know.
were you eating?
It
You
was
don't
like
even know.
chicken, fries, all the different sauces, corn. Not good for you at all, but
That
so
doesn't sound
good.
Middle Eastern.
Oh, it was well. The guys cooking it were Middle Eastern for sure.
Okay, so yeah,
Maybe it's a like Western eye, like they have Tex-Mex. Maybe this was like Norwegian, Middle Eastern. I don't know,
yeah, fair enough.
but it was
One of
delicious.
those late night spots, probably, eh?
Exactly.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
Okay. Norwegian food. I'm not even really sure what it is either because, like, yeah, I don't know what would really grow around there. They probably that's why everything's so expensive, right? They got to bring everything in.
yeah, exactly.
No,
That's
we're
expensive.
figuring out the world here. We got this. That's why Norway, everything's so expensive, folks. They got to bring everything in. That's why Norwegian food isn't a thing. We got it. Figured it out.
Everything's
Moving on.
imported.
Mangalrood finished 8th. Moving on. 8th place sucks. Don't like talking about it.
No.
Next year, Aalborg Pirates. You played for them, eh? I played against that team.
Yep, and we finished first place that year, baby.
Really? And Anders Overmark says hi.
Tell him I said hi if you ever speak to him, or I'm just gonna have to send him an Instagram message.
Yeah, he said to say hi to you.
No, yeah, so that's where I played with him. I love the Danish. I love the Norwegian and Danish guys. They're awesome.
Oh yeah, they were really nice people, weren't they?
They were so awesome. Didn't had no issue. Like spoke perfect English.
Just nice people.
Yeah,
Navigating lieutenant.
will help you out with anything. Just genuinely good people.
Yeah, then they're in good moods. They're happy. They're not sad.
Happiest countries in the world, I think.
Yeah, no, and Voyance was very similar. And shout out to a pod we just had, Cam Brown. That guy just switched teams right after the pod, went back to Sunderyuski. So shout out to him. He's back with the squad, and but he told me he gets to live in Hatterslav this year. Not he doesn't have to live in Little Voyance. So
I don't know.
he's gonna have a good time. Yeah, you're not gonna know anything about that, but you've played in Sunderyuski.
They got a nice rink there.
They really do. Yeah. Yeah. Little town, but he's living in the really nice town 10 minutes away that's got stuff to do. But I just had to say that. Okay. Aalborg. What's that? That's what the town's called? Aalborg, right?
Yep. Aalborg.
Pretty decent rink, eh?
Super nice. Super nice. Great facilities, dressing room, everything. Treated really well. Yeah.
Was your coach Brendan Reed?
Yes.
I remember him from the World Juniors, and I remember he became the coach there. You know, I played against him a few times.
Okay, yeah, no, he was our coach. He's a good coach. I mean, played in the NHL, KHL, knew his stuff. Nice guy, was really nice to us. But we were supposed to finish 8th too. And
You're supposed to.
We shocked the Danish hockey world and finished first.
Well, that's great.
Uh-huh.
So you guys had fun then. You guys would have been living it.
Oh yeah, we had a really good time. The whole thing that year was making hockey big in Aalborg, because I think it used to be super big there back in the day, I guess. And I think now they're always good. Since like that year, they've been in a top team every year.
I really enjoyed that league. Like the towns weren't that big. The cities weren't that big. Like you'd show up and it's like a nice rink, and they make you a nice meal after, right? Like the whole team goes upstairs and you eat a meal at the rink, right? Instead of getting on the bus and everybody's like spilling food everywhere, right?
Yeah. No, that was really, yeah. You eat with the other team too. The other team's up there.
Yeah, and it's just like, yeah, like we played hockey. Now we're all going up and we're gonna eat a meal and then we're gonna leave.
Yeah, we're all humans. We're just eating together.
Mm-hmm.
But Aalborg was a nice, super nice city. We lived right downtown. It had a lot to do, shops, bars, restaurants. So it was a good spot, not like Sonderyuski or
Yeah.
or whatever.
Well, there's the Hatterslav nearby where Mr. Brown's gonna live is a nice town. But yeah, Voyants, not much cooking there. But speaking of food spilling on buses, this just came up in my brain. Is a fella that became the bus driver of the Cardiff Devils started writing to me, and he said he became the bus driver the year after I left Cardiff, and says that to ask you if you remember about the curry.
Yeah, oh yeah. I don't remember what it was, but something. He slammed on the brakes and this food went all over me. All over me. And we had just left the rink. So I had to sit in these dirty clothes for a whole bus ride.
And do you know why it happened? Because I know why.
Yeah, because Matthew Myers, whoa, stop the bus.
Because he'd always do it,
Yeah.
especially if there's a new bus. As soon as we would be pulling out of the arena, he would yell like something bad had happened, and we had to get back to the bus. He'd yell, no, stop the bus.
Yeah. And as he does that, the guy slams on the brakes and just all over my clothes. All over my clothes.
And then Matthew Myers would say, hey, Bussy, did you pack the 2 points, right?
Yeah. Oh, that's funny. That's a funny story. I forgot about that.
Well, that's the hockey world coming together when you start a podcast in your shed. Is people write to you, and then all of a sudden you have questions for people, right?
Yeah, that's awesome. That's so funny.
Yeah, no, man, it's so fun when, yeah. So you got spilt on and you made it home. Okay, that's good.
Yeah.
But we were still in Aalborg, and you had a really good year. So why did you leave?
This is the year I got rid of Amonte because some other clown messaged me telling me he could get me to all these places.
Oh no, he started flaunting his shit at you?
And I believed him.
Oh dear, no, he talked all dirty to you in your ear and you believed him?
I believed him, and then
Oh God,
he
that sounds dirty.
he got me nothing. He got me like one offer, and he said he turned it down for me because it wasn't enough. So I was like, okay. Then
And this is after Monty's got you to Brest, France, after I would say
a very below average.
I would say an East Coast career that maybe wasn't turning heads in Europe.
Definitely not.
Okay, no, I'm just trying to figure out who I'm having on tomorrow. Okay, so then the next year he got you a deal in Norway. Great league, lots of opportunity. You flaunt your shit at say Stavanger on an away game, and their fans are like, well, who was that right hand little D man that was scooting around? We need him on the team next year, you know. But okay, so then he gets you to Aalborg. You guys finish first, have a great year. Gas him. Some guy whispers in your ear.
You know what? Just when you think the grass is greener on the other side.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. Oh no. But you know what? In hindsight, 2020, everything
changed your life. You got to Cardiff.
Exactly. And those are some of the best years of my life. It was like being in college again because my first 3 years in college were terrible.
But it's not even like, I know we'll get into your Cardiff experience and all that, but like that all happens. It's changed your life because like meeting Andrew Lord and playing for him, like you don't realize this yet because you're too young and you're still going through it, but like it's changed your life.
Oh, he's definitely given me a huge opportunity. Huge.
Oh yeah.
So I mean, like I said, hindsight 2020, everything happens for a reason.
Yeah, sure does. Okay, well now it makes sense. So that's why you leave. So how does the deal go down with getting to Cardiff? How do you end up there? You said Mosey talked you into it, but how does Cardiff and Lordo come up?
So it was like July at this point, and you know everyone's getting ready to go, and I didn't have anything. So I just started messaging people on Facebook.
Yeah, that's when you start. That's when you start. Instead of playing hard to get, you're like, hey, you want some? Right?
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
So,
oh yeah. I have been there. I have played hard usually in Europe, like, you know, you have your deal done come January, February, and you're good for the next year. Next thing you know, it's July and everybody's ready to go and they got their passports and you're like, oh mama, I better start talking.
Yeah. I gotta get on Facebook here.
Yeah.
So I reached out to Lordo, and then at this time other teams were reaching out to me. That coach that was in Sheffield, Paul Thompson, we played them when we were in Aalborg, we went and played them in Sheffield, and he had coached in Aalborg the year before, so he had knew of me. He reached out, talked to him, talked to Manchester, a lot of the teams, and then ended up reaching out to Lordo and talking to Lordo. Had a good conversation with him, and then I told Mosey like who I was talking to, and he's like, "You got to go to Cardiff," and he was going to Nottingham that year. So he was like, "You got to go there, blah blah blah." And I was like, "I don't know. Like, I don't know. Is it tough?" And he's like, "Well, you don't have a job, so it's not like it's not like you got anything to choose from." So I was like, "Yeah, true." So I ended up going there, and I thought it was gonna just be a 1 year thing, like my other spots, try and move on. But I loved it.
I
Went back,
know they do
obviously,
that to
next
people.
year. Oh yeah, like Todd, Katrina, Lordo, the social media girl Fee, they were all awesome, like awesome.
I know, and that's like the whole organization. They don't even need anybody else.
No, no, it's
It's
I mean
weird, isn't it?
it's crazy, it's crazy. But yeah, I mean, I guess I'm glad I did. I guess I'm glad I got rid of
I'm
them
pretty
all.
sure the rest are volunteers.
Definitely are, but I mean, the people,
Solid business strategy, Steve King. Todd
yeah,
Calvin, way to go.
you got to get them on. Have you had Todd on?
Oh yeah, yeah, and Steve. Yep.
I missed
Don't
those.
worry, I've had everybody on. We're
Every,
closing in on 100 episodes in a year, folks.
everyone's been on.
Oh, well,
Uh,
everyone who's what?
everyone has been on.
I don't think so. I think we have a lot of guys that almost made it. I don't think there's been many guys on that could be considered who have
Everyone.
made it or who is someone. Is that who I've been having on?
That's funny.
So, well, sorry to break your confidence, fellas.
Oh,
I know the
yeah.
game's over, but
The truth is the truth.
so Cardiff was fun though. So your 3 years in Cardiff, you had a blast, and
Oh, I love.
you met lifelong friends, and yeah.
Oh yeah, I mean, like Duggan, I still talked. He FaceTimed me twice today. Like, didn't answer either one of them though. But
Well,
um,
he's a guy I'll have to have on.
you got to get him on. He's on. This
I
guy.
know, but I
He,
can't over devil it. I gotta go elsewhere. I cannot over devil it. I know
he might be
people will
your.
get frustrated.
He might be your highest listened episode though, because the guy's so funny. He's
Mm,
gonna try and come on and act all like professional, blah blah blah. If you get him going, this guy is hilarious.
is that right?
This guy is something else. I'll tell you what. And he's so young, and he just would bring everyone together. It's crazy.
Well, I'll do my best to bring that out.
Yeah, you might have to get me and Mo. Might have to get a three. Your first four way on here.
Well, we're gonna try a bunch of different things. I just there's so many guys still that like I gotta do like the one-on-ones with that. Like there's guys like that are my type buddies. I'm like, yeah, I'm sorry, I haven't had you on yet. And they're like, dude, we're like getting close to 100 here, and I'm like, I know.
You gotta save that. Yeah, well, that 100 one's gonna be real special.
Yeah, I don't know. I mean, I always think that these things are gonna be special. That I'm like, I just want to do one like tomorrow, like now.
They're all special.
They are. I get very into each one of these. Um, okay. Where did you live in Cardiff?
So my first year, I lived in on the bay across the bridge. What's that area called?
Across
Can't
the
remember.
bridge?
Across the
What's the
bridge,
bay? Cardiff Bay.
Cardiff. No, Mermaid Key.
Yeah.
So I lived there my first year. The next 2 years, I lived right in that apartment complex by the rink, on the water. Jesus, Ferry Court, across the street from Morrison's.
Yep. I know it.
So those were my two spots.
Yeah. So you're right by the rink.
Yeah, walking distance. Very nice.
I mean, I got a curious question for you. How
Yeah.
long before you were a player coach, how many hours would you spend at the rink in
Ooh.
say you show up for practice on Tuesdays are hard, they're long for everybody. Nobody wants to do that shit. How
Yeah.
long do you stay at the rink on a Thursday?
I mean, I like being at the rink.
I'm starting to think that.
So I was there like before practice. What we had to be there like 9:30. I'd probably get there 8:45, 9.
Mm-hmm.
Then just after practice, probably leave around 1:30.
And when's practicing ending?
What, so 10:30 to 11:30, 11:15? I mean, I didn't have
Yeah.
a family there. I didn't have anyone there.
No,
So,
I'm starting to dissect this thing. Yeah, I got her.
I mean, I didn't have anyone to run home to. And
You're
then
calling Lordo a hockey nerd. I think you're the nerd.
I am a hockey nerd too. I mean, I need a hobby.
Mm-hmm.
I need a hobby, but no, I mean, and then my roommate, Doug, he was another one who liked being at the rink. So we would just hang out there.
Well, no, like I'm not like I get it. I mean, I
I mean,
totally get it.
if I would have had a family there or something, I wouldn't have spent all that time there. But it's like, what am I going to do? Go sit in my apartment, or just obviously we can still go out in the city after when we leave.
Right.
So
But hanging out at the rink is just as fun as going anywhere else, right? When you don't like if you don't have a wife or girlfriend or kids to get home to, like hanging out at the rink and just hanging out in the room with the guys and having coffee and doing whatever, like it's just as fun as going anywhere else in town, right?
I don't know. There's something about being at the rink. I don't know.
I know. I didn't stay there as long as you. I had places to be. I had to get out of
Uh,
there after practice.
hey,
They
that's
might make
good.
me do a cold tub or like make me cool down, and that
Yeah,
shit
yeah.
ain't for me.
No, no, I'm not a cold tub guy either, to be honest.
Lordo used to make me get in
Did he? He bullied you?
against my will,
He picked you up and threw you in there?
pretty much. Um, he would just make me feel so poorly that I wouldn't get in, and he'd be like, "Look at Richie, like look at what he does," and I'd be
Uh-huh.
like, "I get it, I do, I
Uh-huh.
just don't like it," you know.
So funny. I love
Um,
Richie too. I love that guy.
yeah, Richie's awesome.
Oh man, I love all those guys. That was such a good time. For the 3 crappy years I had in college, those 3 years replaced it.
Yeah, man. And when you're winning too, right? So you guys won 2 playoffs and the league title?
Yep, we won playoffs, league, and then we probably would have won the league the last COVID year, but
Right. Yeah, you would have. Yeah. But you never
should have.
got to actually celebrate it, so it doesn't really count. That's
Well, yeah, true. We should have won it our second year, but we pooped the bed big time.
right. Mosey talked about that one. That's the Coventry night.
Yeah, that was a real stinger.
Mm, yeah.
Oh well, you live and you learn, is what I say.
Well, and it's like it's tough because like it's a body of work for the whole year in that league, right? And like
Oh yeah,
everybody thinks of that one night in Coventry, but there were so many other games that year, and it's like it's weird. Like everybody, I remember fans in Europe, right? They always want an answer, like, "Why didn't you guys have it tonight?" And it's like, well, some nights you just don't have it, and like you literally can't find it, even if you're trying to, right?
yeah, we're all human.
Yeah.
No one's perfect every day.
And nobody on that team wanted to lose that freaking game, right?
No, it's not like we were going in thinking, oh yeah, we'll try our best and see what happens.
Yeah, exactly. No, that would have been an awful game to be a
Uh,
part of. And yeah, you guys still talk about it. I would too. That sucks. So, but the winning was fun, eh?
oh, it was so fun. That was the first time I won going there, winning a championship.
First time, eh?
Yeah.
And it's contagious, man. When you start
Oh yeah.
winning, it is like it consumes you. Like once you've done it, and that day after or the night of the when you're with all the guys and you work that entire season all together to get to that point, it is something else.
Oh yeah. There's nothing like it. I mean, that's why I couldn't even like winning that and then going back and thinking like my dad won the Stanley Cup. It's like holy smokes, I couldn't even imagine.
Yeah.
So it's cool for
Well,
sure.
winning any league is winning that league, man. Whether
Oh
it's
yeah,
the
for sure.
NHL, whether it's the UK, whether it's the Norwegian league, winning is winning in my eyes, right?
Oh, definitely.
For those NHL guys, 80 something NA or regular season games and then however many playoff games, like how the hell do they do that?
It could be another 28. They're almost playing 100 games.
I did that the AHL East Coast year. I played 100 games preseason and I was pretty well ruined. I had to go to Europe or else I was done. It was over.
Good thing you did.
Ruined.
Good thing
Okay.
you did. Now you got the podcast.
That's right. I actually thought about this today is I think I went through all that. I went through all the bag skates and all the like the losing and beating Heim and all the bad stuff and all the good stuff just to get to this point, just to be able to do this.
Everything happens for a reason.
Yeah, that's right. All the sweating I did in those bag skates, yuck.
Yep.
Okay. Welsh food. It's like pub food, and then they got the Welsh cookies, right? Like it's
Oh,
the
those
Welsh cookies.
the Welsh cakes. I love
Is that
those.
what they're called, or they're not cookies? They're cakes. Welsh
Welsh
cakes.
cake.
Gosh, it's been a while.
I love the Welsh cakes.
You
Me and,
do?
me and Sam used to make night trips to either Morrison's or Asda to get just Welsh cakes.
Is that right? That's not what I was getting.
No, we loved them. Whew.
Hmm.
Can't get them anywhere else. You can get beer anywhere.
Well, that's what. Yeah.
Pick your poison.
I guess you want a Welsh cake to have at her. I had to watch my calories.
Yeah. Okay. You choose your calories
I
smartly.
had to pick one or the other, right?
Exactly.
Okay. So anyways, your Cardiff experience basically brings back your love of hockey, or whether you never lost it, but that's kind of what it did for me, right? Like I had never had so much fun playing hockey in my life. And then I get there, there's so much to do. All the people are so great. All the fans are so nice. And it's like, where am I living? What's happening?
No, I love the guys were awesome. Like, still talk to a lot of them, not every day, but like a couple times a week. Obviously, like Marty would check in, Chef. There's the Lewis, Bouncy. Like, everyone keeps in touch. We had such a good group of guys that, I mean, we wanted to win, but we wanted to win for each other. Was the big thing.
That's what it's all about, right?
Yeah, it was awesome.
That's
Mosey.
the battle in the East Coast then, eh?
I mean, but that's the interesting thing is, I was interested to see what it was going to be like last year, but by the end of the year, we had such a good group too. And I don't know if that's something Lordo does or what, or he just finds.
You know what? I don't disagree, because I saw, like I said, like what Haddad puts out there on his little Instagram, or say you or whoever, but like when your team got put out or whatever, you could tell there was a brotherhood there. Like it wasn't just like some East Coast teams. You could tell everybody on the team was in it together, right?
Oh yeah, for sure. I mean, and even with there being such a big age gap between like me, Haddad, and I mean, I think Yardine is a little bit younger than us, but he's still a little bit older than the other guys. But we still had such a good time together with everyone last year, and I think we were so close to winning too. We just ran into a hot goalie, but yeah, I had a good time last year.
Okay. Trying to think what else I got. So the other guy that we haven't really talked a lot about on the pod, but he was on the pod, and like he's growing here, is Boston Levi, was also a swap rabbit.
Yes, he
Mike
was.
McNamee. I didn't write down what episode he was, but like Boston Levi is like he's a music star now.
Yeah, he is. He's good. I mean, his stuff's all over Spotify. One of his songs was our win song last year. I think he probably told us Elliot Friedman interviewed him last
Oh, really?
year. He didn't tell you that?
No.
Oh my God, I can't believe you left that out. He's so big time, it's not even a big deal anymore.
No, maybe I was still learning as a podcaster. I'm still learning. There's every time after every one, I'm like, oh geez, I forgot that question, right? Or like
Uh-huh.
it's not easy. But
Yeah, so I think one of his songs came out while he was still here, and it like did very well on Spotify and like Apple Music. And so he's told us it was his last game, before his last game, and Lordo puts him out empty net and he scores.
and that's how he ended his.
That was his last hockey game. His last shift ended on a goal. How crazy is that?
No, that's a great way to end it, and I think he's doing what he should be doing. You know,
Exactly. I mean, he's so good. He's so talented musicianally. That's probably not even a word, but he's so talented with
I think
his
it might
music.
be. That might be a word.
So then he's so talented musically.
Musically.
He's such a musical talent that
I don't get. Yeah.
Anyways, I mean, he's doing it. He's doing it.
Yeah,
mean,
he is.
I like his
No,
music a lot. Like, not just because he's my friend, but
I
like,
agree.
I connect with a lot of it. It's I like it.
I agree. You can get into real trance if you get into a couple of his
Ooh,
songs. Yeah. Okay. Just so you know, I did have it written down here. Last season, the Swamp Rabbits had 43 players and 8 goalies.
Oof. We
And you guys became a team.
We did. We had a lot of injuries last year, surprisingly.
It's like the Daytona Beach Bombers of 2000 something, 6 or 7. Yeah, that's how you become a team, though. You gotta have guys that want to make it a team, right? In those leagues, if you don't have that,
and he's good at finding the core of the guys who want that.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, he is good at that.
We have a good group of guys coming back, so that's very helpful.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Well, hopefully Haddadi's there, eh? Yeah. Everybody needs the chef.
Seriously, the self-proclaimed chef.
Yeah, he's gonna have to make her there. I guess I don't know what else I got for you today. Other than how does the whole thing go down of like becoming like a coach? Like when you guys start talking, is he like, are you into learning some about the coaching, or is it like, how does that all go down?
Well, it started, it would be 4 years now ago. We just started chatting. He's been a good friend to me too, like just not hockey wise, just like some other stuff that I've experienced and went through.
Yep.
So he's been there for me in that aspect, and then he obviously knows I really love the game and I like watching.
You're a hockey guy.
Yeah,
Hazy sunset.
I like watching hockey and learning. So I mean, I think he saw that and brought me on board with this and just asked me if it would be something I was interested in doing, and it is for sure because this is what I want to do long term as coach.
It's such a great opportunity that you've got here, and speaking with you for a while, I think you understand a lot about hockey, being able to play all those positions, and yeah, like having the ups and downs. I think you'd make a great coach, and yeah, some guys are just hockey guys, and obviously, like Lordo is probably one of the smartest hockey brains I've ever seen, even if I don't like to admit it some days. But you know, because he was like my second wife in Cardiff and always was, you know. Yeah, it was exhausting some days, Andrew. That's all I'm gonna say. But he pushed me. He got me to a point where that second year, if I wouldn't have hurt my knee right away, like I was ready to rock and roll that year, and that was at 32 years old, and I had kind of gone up the mountain and like was on the downslope. I was over, and he somehow found a way to motivate me to like, there was as good a shape as I had been in like a decade, you know.
That's wild. And he was how old at that point? Younger than you or what?
Yeah, like 3 years younger. Yeah, he promised. He was telling me, you know, you get in shape, you're gonna play way more. Yeah, then I don't know if it was gonna actually happen.
That's funny. No, I mean, yeah, he's no, he's good and he cares. He actually, if he likes you or whatever, like if you're one of his guys, he cares about you genuinely. So it's good too.
But like, wow, it'd be hard when you're going through 43 players a year. But like in Cardiff, basically like everybody he cared about, and like,
oh yeah,
like everybody was on his team, right? Like unless you show him you're not, like everybody was on his team and he would do anything for you, and like every guy in the team knew that. And I think that's kind of what made it transition when he was the player coach, right? Is every guy in the team also wanted to do well for him because they knew how hard he was working.
Yeah, yeah. He's always got your back.
Yeah.
Okay, I got to stop talking about him now.
No, I agree. Yeah.
Can't pump his tires too much. Jesus.
Yeah, the guy's probably not even going to put you on the power play this weekend.
No, but I mean, probably not. Jesus Christ.
Horse shit.
I'm gonna have to put myself on there. I'm not gonna go in and say my line's starting.
Yeah, seriously. No, I think it's awesome that obviously he sees something in you, and Yeah, you seem like a hockey guy that's quite intelligent and loves the game. And, like looking back on it, I wish I would have spent more time in the locker room than less, right? When I was leaving the room after practice, like I wish I would have stayed longer, right? Because those days don't happen as much anymore.
Oh no, and that's something I wanted because that's something I know I'll miss is just being at the rink as a player and just having those relationships with the guys, even the guys that are 20 years old. Like it's you don't have that with people. I mean, I don't know. I've never had a real job. I'm sure the relationships are different than your coworkers.
Uh, yep.
So I mean, it's something I'm definitely not taking for granted this year because I know how old I am.
I can't say the same things to like, well, I guess like the people that work with me or for me. Like, I can't talk to them the way hockey people talk to each other.
No, there's no way.
No, you can't do that. No, no, it's not actually not allowed. You actually like can't. There was like a good
Legally
year
not
there
allowed.
where I was like, you are not in the locker room. You're not in the locker room. You're not in the locker room.
That's hilarious.
Yeah, no, yeah, it's a whole different thing. Yeah.
Yeah,
And that's why you go out to your shed so you can be that guy again, right?
exactly. I mean, that's awesome. You got a spot for it.
Yeah, it's the
Some
place
people
to
don't
be.
even have that.
It's gonna not long now till I'll be back out here in like a jacket because winter will be coming, and then that's when you know you're almost on your 1 year anniversary.
Wow, 1 year. That's cool. Who was the first episode?
Pigsy.
Really?
Yeah.
Wow, that's a good one.
Well, he was the one that spray painted me, right?
Oh yeah.
Yeah, in the crowd. That's kind of how this all started, like we said. But no, seriously, it was nice getting to know you, man. It would like, when I was over there, I didn't get to talk to you much, and it was a whirlwind. I met a bunch of different people, but like it was the guys that I knew that I spent my time with, and
Uh-huh.
but like that's why Cardiff kept winning was bringing in guys like you, Mosey, Duggan. Like there was a bunch of a new breed of guys that like all were part of the team that were just in it for the team that just wanted to win. And that's why Cardiff kept winning, and that's why I can have a podcast now. So thank you.
Exactly. Now we just need to get Dougie on here. That
Oh
would be
yeah, he'll be up next. I just gotta sprinkle in a few other teams and
okay,
countries, and
okay.
then we'll come back to the Devils.
Yeah, you got to get that guy on there, man. Oh man, and I'm gonna feed you some stories about him.
Fair enough. I can do that. No, we'll get that set up here in the next few weeks. But like, it's weird because there are other people writing to me like from other areas of hockey that are like, you got to have him on. You got to have him on, and I'm like, okay, guys, like, I get it, but like, I have to coach a minor hockey team. I got a real job. I got kids. Like,
You have a life.
we're gonna fit these in when we can, folks. Don't
Uh,
worry about that. We'll fit them in when we can, but eventually we'll have to figure out a way to make me compensated for my time. So I keep waking up at 5 a.m.
that's my wake up call. 5:30.
Is Lordo going to be at your door?
No, I wake
Gag
myself.
ball ready? Is he going to be strapped into the gag ball ready to go?
At my door. That's what I open the door to.
That's what it used to happen in Wales.
No,
Just
no,
kidding, Lordo. Just kidding.
that's what time when you get. I think when you hit 30, you just start getting up earlier,
Oh,
right?
you definitely do. Yeah. No, you do. Yeah.
Growing part of growing up.
Yeah. No, you're a real adult now.
It's crazy.
No, but honestly, good luck this season. I think you couldn't be learning from a better coach because, to be honest, he taught me a lot that like I even use in my U11 practices now, right? Like the skills stuff he did, the stick handling, it's funny after your career's over, all the different coaches you had and what they taught you and the different drills and like what sticks with you and what just kind of is forgotten forever.
It is interesting, that's for sure. And some of the things you do want to forget forever from some of the coaches.
You're right about that. And this has been another episode of Two Ales and Hockey Tales with Reds and Wally.